All right, so again, we talked about the two checklists, all right? Greet and format. All right, we're going to concentrate on greet and break it down. One thing I want to bring up about this is that each of these checklists here, these are working on two different angles here. This one here, this is a checklist before the guy walks in the door, okay? The greet is before the guy even gets in the door. Are you ready to go? Are you prepared? Are you able to turn it on? All right, and the format's for after he comes in. So one's before he comes in, one's after he comes in. So we're gonna work on the greet. We'll start with that one first. All right. Now, I told you what I would put it up there, but it's greet. Glad, ready, eager, enthused, and tuned in. So glad, like truly glad. All right, are you truly glad that guy walked in your door today? Because he walked in, you get to work in this industry. That type of glad. Like, oh, thank you, sir, for coming into my building today because I get to work in this awesome industry. All right, I compare it to I talk to my wife about it a lot. Talk to her about the dog. She's like, you're always so glad to see the dog. I'm like, yeah. And if you were standing there shaking your ass the way the dog does every time I walked into a room, I could be gone for 2 minutes and walk back in and he's excited to see me again. Like that glad to see the guy. All right? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you dialed in? You're not showing up 5 minutes before your shift starts. Okay? You're coming in, you're getting in, and you're there and you're on time. All right? So often, the biggest disservice you'll ever do to your manager is show up 5 minutes before your shift starts. That's the biggest disservice and the rudest thing you'll ever do to management. All right? Now think about it. You show up at 5 minutes, oh, thank God I got here on time. You check that off. All right? Then you go get your coffee. Then you check your email. Then you bullshit over at the water fountain. Then you go to the bathroom. Then you go to smoke. All right? What time are you really ready for the show? What time are you there? 20 after 9? If you open up at 9 o'clock, you're ready at 20 after 9, 9:25? All right? Well, think about the type of show that those people that came in between 9 and 9:25 got. Did they get the right show? No. So be ready. Be ready. That means your shift starts at 8. You're there at 7:30. You know? What time do the NFL players show up to the locker room for an NFL game? I'm going to guess hours before, however long it takes to get your head ready for the show. That is retail sales. Okay? However long it takes to get your head ready, to get yourself ready, to be able to turn it on when that customer walks in your door. All right? Eager. If I have to ask you if you're eager to be in this industry, you can just pack up your shit and leave now because that's a shame. All right? Enthused. Now, this is for the person. This is for the person. Enthused for the person. All right? What I mean by that is I want you to be more enthused than he is. Okay? I want you to be more enthused than that guy is. Because you know what that bike's going to do to change his life. You know how that's going to change his life. I want you to be more enthused for him to get that bike than he is for himself. Okay? Enthused to the stake of, yeah, you should have made $200 for selling that bike, but I would give up my commission to sell that bike to you just because I know what it's going to do to change your life. That type of enthusiasm. Okay? And it's for the other person. And then tuned in is to a system, to a process. All right? To the Lemco 9-step process to get somebody from point A to point B. All right? Tuned in to systems that make things work. All right? So greet, glad, ready, eager, enthused, and tuned in. All right? So, the next video, or the next checklist, has been recently updated over the past couple years. All right? So, for many, many years in many industries, you've heard FORM. All right? Family, Occupation, Recreation, Motivation. Family, Occupation, Recreation, Motivation. All right? And that has come from many, many different trainers. So, breaking it down a little further. So, we're doing family, occupation, recreation, motivation, animals, and teams. So, it's pretty safe to say Family's important to people. All right? So we talked about, let me actually segue back in this. We talked about the give me 10. Give me 10 obvious things when that guy walks in. All right? So let's say the guy is wearing khakis and a white shirt and black sneakers and nothing else. Great. Okay. So we truly have nothing obvious to talk to the guy about. This is the information we want to work on. This is the stuff that we need to get out of him. These are the things that we need to ask those probing questions when he walks in. Okay? Get them talking about themselves and they'll like you. All right? The more you talk about you, the more you like me. Remember that. All right? So what do people like? Family. Obviously, family's hugely important to people. All right? Think about it. How many of you have a picture of your kids on your phone? Yeah, a vast majority of you. All right? And if it's not your kids, it's something that's important to you. Right? Occupation. You know, throughout the day, you'll hear me say people hate their jobs. Well, that's true, but they're proud of how they got there. Man, maybe the guy hates his job, but he's really proud of the engineering degree that he got from MIT to get to the position where he is. Maybe he hates that job, but he's proud of how he got there. All right? So that's a big thing to talk about with people. Recreation. Well, he likes riding motorcycles. Yeah, cool. No shit. Recreation. What does he like to do besides motorcycles? Does he like going camping, hunting, fishing? Does he like traveling with the kids? Does he have an RV? What else does he like to do besides motorcycling? All right? Motivation. Why is he here? Why is he here in this building at our dealership as opposed to doing one of his other recreations? Why is he here instead of out on the lake on his boat? Why is he here instead of at work on a Wednesday afternoon? Why is he here instead of hanging out with his family, with his friends? Why isn't he at the bar with his buddies? All right? What's his motivation? Why is he here? What's going on? All right? And then these were the ones I added later because obviously, clearly, if these things are important to people, so are these. All right? How many of you, your pets are your family? All right? Animals, hugely important to people. All right? Just the logo on our company logo is a bulldog because of our lunatic owner. All right? He's made that bulldog the centerpiece for three different logos so far, with a fourth and a fifth coming. So, it's happening. All right? Animals are important to people. Okay? Teams. And it's pretty safe to say we have a complete and total passion for teams for sports. We're nuts for sports in this country. All right? So, this is where we're going to go back and talk about what's the number one sports. What's the number one sports show in the world? The number one most watched sport in the world. All right? Professional cycling. No, soccer. Number two, professional cycling. In this country, number one is NASCAR. Was football or was baseball, now it's NASCAR. All right? And obviously, people love football. Talk about NASCAR down south. Talk about football teams and some of the other big areas. I'm a Philadelphia guy. We have all of them. All right? We have arena football. We have the Eagles. We have multiple feeder programs for the Phillies. We got the 76ers. We got the Flyers. We got the Phantoms. We got teams. We have many colleges in the area as well that people are nuts about. All right? So it's a big thing for people. Christ, we have 15 sports channels on TV. All right? All the ESPNs. Yeah, all that stuff. NBC, ABC Sports. It's crazy. There's a crazy obsession with sports. All right? So again, those two lists. You had to greet. Be ready for the guy that comes in. Before the guy comes in, are you glad? Are you ready? Are you eager? Are you enthused? And are you tuned into a system and a process to make it all work? All right? Format. Family, occupation, recreation, motivation, animals, and teams. Things, the non-obvious things to talk to customers about to get them to open up so you can build rapport and you can establish a relationship in the greet. All right?